So I've always loved skating slip-ons, but for those of you that have been following me the last 6 months, you know I've pretty much exclusively been skating the GT Blazer Lows, which is still my favorite skate shoe at the moment. I've got like 6 or 7 different colorways in these, but recently my love for slip-ons have come back. I can't find any of the Nike slip-ons that I want to try, so I decided to pick up a pair of the Vans skate slip-ons. I used to ride the slip-on Pros back in the day when they had that model before they upgraded to the skate slip-ons, and as soon as I got these and started wearing them, I remember why I stopped riding Vans. These shoes are just so uncomfortable at the beginning. It's such a long break-in period. It takes like 2 or 3 weeks for them to actually stop hurting your feet before they feel comfortable again. So I've been trying to wear these in for the last few weeks and they still hurt my feet. I haven't even bothered skating in them yet because they hurt me when I'm just walking in them. So I had a little suss online and I've come across the Emerica slip-ons. This is the Wino or the Wino G6. I don't know how you pronounce it. Wino. But these are $100 full price, but I got them for $60 on sale. So even if they're bad, I can't complain for a $60 shoe. These Vans cost me $140 full price. So these are more than double the price of these and they hurt my feet and I can't even wear them to walk, let alone skate in them. So these are $60, and before filming this video right now, I was wearing these for about an hour today just around the house, and these are already so much more comfortable than the Vans. So first impressions are good. They haven't hurt my feet. There's a lot of room around here, which is the problem with the Vans. This part here just strangles your feet and it just hurts so much. So I'll just go through a few specs of this shoe. It's obviously a slip-on shoe, vulcanized. It's got a double wrapped foxing tape that's supposed to protect a lot more for when you're doing your flip tricks. It won't wear it so much. So there's 2 different layers there, as well as the little extra rubber pad right there to protect where you're going to be flipping. So that's a pretty cool addition to these shoes. I've never really seen shoes like that. They're fully suede and super padded around the heel, and they've got this rough canvas that goes along the top over the stitching here, as well as the stitching across the top of the foot here. I feel like that's smart to put that there. It's not in the way of where you're going to be doing your flip tricks. It's just across the top here. So these should last pretty long from the way they're designed. They've got their heel anchor technology, which comes into a point here with this little tab on the inside, which is supposed to keep this wrapped around the top of your heel so your foot doesn't slip out of your shoe while you're pushing or doing any tricks or just skating in general. And then I'll get the sole back out. It's got the popular G6 foam insole, which looks pretty thick around the heel here, and then it tapers off towards the midfoot and then the toes, but they're still pretty thick and a bit more protected. If you're jumping downstairs and land on the ball of your feet, it's still pretty thick there, so it should be pretty protective. So wearing these around the house for an hour and just the look of them, I feel like these are going to be really good for board feel and really good for flip tricks. My only concern is what I have with every slip-on is that these felt really comfortable putting them on. It wasn't too tight here, but as you generally skate slip-ons, as they break in a bit more, this becomes loose as this elastic stretches, and obviously being a slip-on, you can't tie your shoes any tighter, so this just becomes loose and floppy and your shoe slips around a lot. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to this shoe. It doesn't happen to the Vans, but they're constructed in a way that they're made really durable and to last longer. So I think that's why they're so painful to break in at first, because they're designed to last forever, but just they're not comfortable at all. So I'm excited to head to the skate park and test these out. Obviously I'm going to test how comfortable they are when I first start riding around on my skateboard, how the board feel is. I want to test a whole bunch of flip tricks just to see how this double foxing goes, extra panel there, and then the big beefy heel. So I feel like this will be good for all types of flip tricks, from heel flips to kick flips, tray flips and everything. And then I need to test the impact of these. So there's some stair sets at the skate park I'm going to go and skate. So I'll try and jump down those a few times, see how the insole feels, and then see how my feet feel after the session. So let's head to the park and see how they go. Alright guys, these shoes are feeling amazing already. No scuffs, no wear and tear. I've skated for about 40 minutes and they feel so good, way better than the Vans ever felt. So it didn't feel like there was any wear in period. They felt comfortable instantly. The only thing that is not a problem, but they're really grippy, and I thought they would be because it's got the double foxing tape and the super grip underneath. So I'm going to keep skating, get into the board feel a bit more, skate some ledges and rails, and then get into the impact and the flip tricks after that. So 5.5 hours of skateboarding, and this is how the shoes are holding up and looking. They're not that bad at all, besides how dirty they are, but that's just from me rolling around on the ground after I've fallen. But this is my front leading foot, so this is the one I'm doing all my kick flips, tray flips, and ollies on. And this is my back foot, which doesn't really have anything. I didn't do many switch flip tricks or anything. So these shoes were comfortable the whole way through my whole session. They wore in really quick. They didn't hurt my feet throughout the whole 5 hours of skating that I did, and they still stayed pretty tight around the heel here. The first thing I noticed when I started skating them is how grippy the sole was. So the way the tread is designed, it made it super grippy, plus because of the double wrapped foxing around the side, the first few ollies and kickflips I was trying were so grippy on the board. But after about 10 minutes, as the rubber started wearing in a bit, it was feeling better with my flips and my ollies. The board feel was great, which I knew it would be. It's a low profile slip-on vulcanized shoe. So yeah, they felt great throughout the whole session. The impact was good when I was jumping down the stairs, and then the handrails as well at the end. They wore in quick, the flip tricks were good, the board feels good. My only concern that I had is a few of the bails I had down the 6th stair. When my foot was sitting inside of the heel, if I landed on a weird angle, the shoe kind of twisted and rotated. So when my heel was sitting here at the bottom of the shoe, it ended up here on the side. So I landed and the shoe twisted. So that can be a major concern of me rolling my ankles if that happens again, or if because these are looser than the Vans fit, it does actually have that room for my heel to move around. So that only happened once, but if that happens again, like that could cause pretty bad injury if it makes me roll my ankle because my foot's not sitting in there properly. So that's the only concern I have about this shoe. It only did happen once, but I skated 5 hours straight and these felt amazing throughout the whole time. So these are definitely better than Vans. If I want to get more slip-ons, I'm going to go back to these. These were $60 on sale, but they're $100 full price anyway. Vans are $140 full price, which is just crazy for a slip-on shoe. So they're more comfortable, they wore in straight away, they didn't hurt my feet at all. Board feel, the flip tricks, and the impact are good, so I'm definitely going to choose these over Vans any day. So I hope this video was helpful if you guys are trying to figure out which slip-ons to get or an alternative from the new Vans skate slip-ons, because they can just be so painful, they take forever to wear in, and they're pretty expensive for a slip-on shoe too. So if you like this video, check out my GT Blazer review video. They're the shoes I've been skating religiously for like 6 months lately. They're such a good shoe, I just wish I could find them in like a slip-on alternative. But check that one out, let me know what shoes you want to see me do next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh.